Welcome back to Strange Things from Across the Pond. Today I'm a bit peckish, so we are going to have some Vienna sausages. Let's have a look, shall we? Alright, so let's just have a look, see what we've got here. We've got 5 of these little cans. I'm out, so there are 2 different brands here. 2 of them are this brand, Libby's, and 2 of them are this brand, Armour. Interesting. Now, I've heard of Vienna, and I've heard of sausages. I've never heard of Vienna sausages. So I saw these and thought, oh, we'll have a go. We'll have a go with these, shall we? Yeah, and there was all these different flavours. I thought, oh, we'll try them, and then I thought, oh, you know what, we'll try them on the internet. And so, yeah, these came from the American supermarket on the local airbase. They call it the commissary, but it's just a big supermarket full of American stuff. And we've got, so this is Armour Vienna Sausage Salchicha di Vienna. Yep, original flavour.
Wow, Stuart, you are such a monolingual.
Then we've got chicken Vienna sausages. Interesting. Then we've got hot and spicy. And on to the Libby's brand. This is, this is just the original Vienna sausage, made with chicken, beef and pork added in chicken broth. Okay. And then this one is just chicken Vienna sausage in chicken broth. Okay, so what we'll do, we'll have a look at the ingredients of each of these, and then once we've done that, we've got some ramekins, and we'll have a look at what's inside, and of course we'll do a bit of a taste test. Whether or not I actually eat all 5 of these cans, I don't know, but I'm going to open them, so I'll have to. I've got the dog with me though, so she can help. Right. Start with this. So, made with chicken, beef and pork added in chicken broth, and then something in Spanish. Ingredients: sausage, mechanically separated chicken, water, salt, corn syrup, because America, contains 2% or less of beef, pork, dextrose, natural flavours, sodium nitrate, garlic powder, and then onto the broth that they sit in. Chicken broth, yep. Oh, and then it's in Spanish. So the ingredients for the broth are chicken broth. Okay. Pinnacle Foods Group, Cherry Hill, and there's the address. Questions or comments? And we've got a phone number or armourstar.com. Ooh, gluten-free as well. Look at that. Interesting. Yeah, that's all it says on that one. Let's have a look at the next one. So this one is the chicken Vienna sausage in chicken broth again. Interesting. It doesn't say anything about having the pork and the beef added anywhere else on it. Let's have a look. So, ingredients: sausage, mechanically separated chicken, water, salt, contains 2% or less of corn syrup, dextrose, sodium erythritate, probably, natural flavours, sodium nitrate, garlic powder, and then the broth, it just says chicken broth again. Pinnacle Foods Limited. Oh, interesting, isn't it? Oh, no, there it is. I was about to say it's not gluten-free, these, but yep, they are there. They are marked as gluten-free. And, oh, I almost forgot to mention they're the same weight across all of them. 4.6 freedom units, 130 grams. Right, next one. So this is Armour Vienna Sausage, hot and spicy. All right. Made with chicken, beef and pork added in hot sauce. So, ingredients: sausage, mechanically separated chicken, water, salt, corn syrup, contains 2% or less of beef, pork, dextrose, natural flavours, sodium nitrate, garlic powder. Hot sauce is tomato puree, which is water and tomato paste. Louisiana hot sauce, which is peppers, vinegar and salt. Water, vinegar, modified cornstarch, natural flavours, and, oh, what on earth does that say? Oleoresin paprika? Yeah, probably. Pinnacle Foods again. Gluten-free again. So that appears to be, well, interestingly, They are exactly the same ingredients, so the sausages are going to be exactly the same. The only difference is that this is in a chicken broth and this is in a hot sauce. Okay, as with all canned food, these will have been cooked in the can. So it's going to be interesting to see how much difference it's actually made. What we might do is we'll try one with the sauce, and then we'll wash one off and see if it's any different in flavour to that one. Yeah, that could be interesting. All right, on to the two Libby's ones now. So starting off, this one is just the plain Vienna sausage in chicken broth again, made with chicken beef, pork added in chicken broth. Fully cooked, yeah, good. Net weight, exactly the same again, 4.6 freedom units, 130 grams. Ingredients, mechanically separated chicken, chicken broth, water, contains less than 2% of salt, spices, beef, pork, sugar, sodium phosphate, sodium ethorbate, flavouring, sodium nitrate and garlic powder. Similar ingredients, but maybe in different proportions, so could be interesting to see the difference in those two. Oh, look there, heating directions. Microwave sausages and broth on high in a covered microwave-safe dish for 45 seconds or until hot. Stovetop heat sausages and broth in skillet over medium heat until hot. Well, I don't have a skillet, so we're not doing that. And, oh yeah, obviously metal can be recycled. Yeah, see, this one gives the broth as a separate thing, so it gives you the ingredients of the sausage. But yeah, I think the sausages are going to be very difficult to tell apart. But we'll see. Right, last one. This one is, the Libby's Chicken Vienna Sausage in chicken broth. I think these are going to be chicken only, whereas this one is chicken, beef and pork. Let's have a look. Ingredients, mechanically separated chicken, chicken broth, water, contains less than 2% of salt, sugar, spices, sodium phosphate, sodium ascorbate, sodium nitrite, natural flavours, extractives of paprika. So again, very similar ingredients to this one, but just with the beef and the pork removed. Sodium ascorbate here isn't in this one. There's probably some technical reason for that. And again, yeah, 4.6 freedom units. Okay, right, let's get them lined up. Let's get them opened up. And yeah, we'll see what's in each of them, shall we? All right, let's start off with, we'll do this one. We'll go left to right, because why not? So, ring pull top. Okay, let's have a look in there. So, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Interesting, number 7 looks to be just slices of hot dog. Interesting colouring. I don't know if it's going to come across on the video right well, but they're sort of the usual browny pink colour of hot dogs on the outside, but then they're pale on the inside. It may just be the way in which they were cooked in the can, but ordinary hot dogs don't have that. This is supposed to be a chicken broth that they're sat in. Was I supposed to stir this or something before I... let's just pour out the contents. Okay, that's not just normal water. Again, I don't know if it's coming across on the camera, but that is more viscous than normal water. Right. There we go. Oh, look, I've made a mess of the table now. That is one. Oh, this interesting line down the side. That must have been something in the manufacturing. It looks like a bit of hot dog. Feels like a bit of hot dog. So, break it up. Inside of it looks like a bit of hot dog as well. Okay, let's have a taste. Interesting. They have the texture of hot dogs, but a little softer. Now, normally you get like a jar of hot dogs, they have a bit of bite to them. Just, they're normally a little softer than normal sausages. These, however, no teeth required. I can just press this into the roof of my mouth with my tongue and then swallow it. No chewing required for this. I'll try a little bit. Yes, the flavour is difficult to describe. It tastes like tinned chicken soup. It's the best way that I can think to put it. Yeah, and the texture is just, yeah, it's almost like soft, overcooked hot dog, really. I'm still curious to know why they're a different colour, but That is all I can think to describe it as is just, yeah, tinned chicken soup. I'm getting nothing else as I eat these. It's the only way I can think to describe them. Chicken soup in sausage form. Dunk in some of this so-called broth. Usually that broth, if you can call it that, doesn't seem to impart any flavour other than saltiness. That's all it really adds to it. I'm getting no actual flavour from that broth. We'll try it just on its own. Now this is a bit of weird. It looks just like the brine that you would get in an ordinary jar of hot dogs, which normally I would just discard and not eat. Let's give this a taste. Yeah, okay. Regret that. It's brine. I don't know why they call it a chicken broth. There was a slight chickeny flavour to it, but other than that, it's just salt water. That's minging. Yeah, I don't know why I did that. I'm going to try and avoid doing that for all these others. Yeah, it's just brine, but with a slight chickeny flavour. It probably wasn't even broth before it went in the can. It was probably just brine, and then the hot dogs have imparted some flavour into it. Try one more, and then we'll move on to the next one, shall we? Ugh. Well, they do a good job of washing away the flavour of the brine. Alright, let's move on to the next one. First things first, though, we need to see if they are canine approved. Oh, she wants it. Bella, sit. And go on then. Is that nice? I think that you like that, didn't you? Good gal. Who's a good gal? Yes. Go on your bed. Go on your bed. Alright, okay, just lick my hands then. Okay, I think we can say tin number 1 is canine approved. Yes, thank you, Bella. Right, tin number 2. These are the chicken Vienna sausages in chicken broth, if you can call it that. So let's get this open as well. Pulls. Have a look inside. They look very much the same. I know you look just because I gave you one. Bloody hell, animal. They look very much the same as the last. The difference in colour, though, that sort of pale bit in the middle, is less pronounced. And I have to say, the broth is far more viscous. Also, there is a much, much stronger smell coming out of this can now. Bella! Oh, fucking hell. Yeah, there is a much stronger smell coming out of this can. The others just smell like chicken hot dogs. This is strong. This is like someone's actually cooking the chicken soup in the house. Yeah. Right. Let's give him a look. Oh yeah, look, you can see. It's almost gelatinous, is that broth. Look at that. Right, so that's what we have. Interesting, these seem to have been, oh look, they're all stuck together. It may have just been the way they were packaged, the way they've been rammed into the pack. They're a bit misshapen. You can see they're all sort of, it's almost like they've been twisted in there. And look, we've got 2 end pieces as well. Didn't have those in the last one. I mean, that could just be that, I don't know, they probably make these things in a massive sausage, like 2 miles long. We just happen to have gotten a bit where it's changed from one sausage to the next, so you get 2 end pieces. Still got this cut down the side of each one, but yeah, these don't seem as full as the others. If you think of a normal sausage, you have a skin and a filling. She really wants this sausage. You can have some in a minute, dog. But these seem almost deflated, you know, like they're not quite filled properly, or they've been squashed flat. Let's tear one up and see what we can see. They look very much the same. This felt like this one had a bit more resistance to being torn, but once I broke the skin, it wasn't too bad. Yeah, rather it broke open. Alright, let's give it a taste. Yeah, alright, I wasn't expecting that. They're somehow even softer. I thought the others were a bit soft and overdone. These are goo. Yeah, it's hard to describe. There's a bit of resistance from the skin, but the filling, that middle bit, has a texture of scrambled egg. It's sort of really wet scrambled egg, where the egg is only just cooked. That sort of texture to it. Flavour-wise, very similar to the others. In fact, let's just try another one for comparison. It sounds soft there. I can't even separate them without it breaking apart. I would say there's less flavour in these than the others. Or rather, there's the same flavour, but it's less complex. I think because these are only made of chicken, they don't have the beef and the pork in them. But that texture is ruining them. That's not nice. They're just... I mean, if I was eating scrambled egg, that'd be good. That is how scrambled egg should be. But it is ruining these hot dogs for me. Yeah, okay. They're not good. Let's put them to one side. Almost forgot to taste the broth. I'm not sure I really want to, given what the sausages taste like. Let's give it a try. Oh, God, that's awful. Oh! That has... I said the other one had hints of chicken flavour to it. That's just salt water. I've basically just stuck my head in the ocean there. That's minging. Oh, why did I do that? Fucking hell. Sorry to have to do this to your dog, but we need to check if it's canine approved. You fucking want it, do you? Right. Go on then. Well, Bella likes it. If I'm honest, dog, you can have them. Right, okay. Oh, that last one was awful. Oh, Jesus. Alright, we're on to this one, number 3. The Vienna sausage in a hot and spicy sauce. Now, as far as I can tell, that is these ones in a type of chili sauce. I do like chili sauce. I will have chili sauce on most of my meals. So, yeah, hoping for good things from this. If the dog will leave me alone, that is. Bella, go on your bed. Go on, have some in a minute. What I've decided to do as well is start ranking them from best to worst. At the moment, that one's losing. But I've only tried 2 so far, but I think that at the moment that's going to end up at the bloody bottom of the pile. Right, let's have a look what's inside. Ooh. Interesting. Yep, I mean the sausages look the same. It's hard to tell if there's any colour to them because obviously they're covered in this sauce, and they smell. What is that? They smell like tin tomato soup, and if I'm honest, this sauce looks like tin tomato soup as well. I'll get it on my finger. Alright, let's pour it out and just have a look at them. I'm hoping, given it says hot and spicy on it, they're not going to taste like tin tomato soup, because that is neither hot nor spicy. This is probably the thickest sauce so far that we've had from these. Look at that. Let's just pour them out. Yeah, they wanted to come out. They come out much more easily. A lot of the sauce staying behind in the can, though. No end pieces this time. Still, let's just pull one out. Whoop. Still got the groove down the side. Must be something to do with the way these are manufactured. There's not much I can say about the appearance of them, so let's just try breaking one up. Ooh, interesting. That was much firmer than the other 2. That had to put some force in there. I don't know if you saw it, but it went. Alright, let's taste it. Those are the best so far. Much firmer texture to them. They taste just like regular hot dogs now. Actually need teeth to chew them, which is nice. I'll show you again the thing with them snapping. Bending. There we go. Yeah. They even look different if you look at them end on, look. The sauce, yeah, is nice as well. Tastes just like tomato soup is the initial flavour. And then at the end, it's sort of, you're expecting the spice to come. They taste like chilies. But if you can imagine eating a chili, but without the heat. So it's just the flavour of the actual chili itself. That's what you get. They are not hot and spicy. Not by any stretch of the imagination. But it's not a bad flavour. But yeah, there's definitely no spiciness to it. There's just the hint, the pre-spice, and then nothing else happens after that. But they're the best so far. Those are good. Let's dunk it in that broth. Get a bit more on it. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, what it tastes like is someone's taken tomato soup and added just a small amount of hot sauce. Something like, say, Cholulas. It's not Cholulas, but something like that. Imagine if you had a big pan of tomato soup and you put a few drops, a few spoonfuls of Cholula hot sauce in there. That's what you would get from it. I suppose from the ingredients list, that is what it is. It's literally just tomato puree, water, and a few chilies. Right, let's try the broth before we move on. Hoping for better things from this. See, it looks just like tomato soup on the spoon as well. Tastes just like it as well. I was thinking that if I got a big spoonful of just the sauce, that I might get some hint of heat from it. No, nothing. I'm not trained in grading these things, but I think it's safe to say that is a solid 0 Scoville units. Well, no, it has a hint of it. A hint that there may be some spice coming, and it never does. So we'll give it 1 Scoville unit. But they are the best so far, so we shall put them there. They are number 1 easily. That one can just go at the fucking bottom for now. That was a minging. Right. What I might do, sometimes I've found that food has different spiciness levels on whether it's hot or cold. So what I might do is put these in the not the dishwasher, Stu, you fucking idiot. Put these in the microwave in a bit and see how they do then. It did say that you can cook them. I mean, obviously they're already cooked. It's perfectly acceptable to eat them cold, but yeah, we'll see if the flavour changes on any of these as we heat them up. Right. Let's move on to the next one. Now, obviously, if these had been spicy, we wouldn't be doing the canine test. But they're not spicy, so we're going to do it. Bella, on your bed. Alright, she wants to be on that bed. Fine. Ready. Go on then. Yep, and she wants the sauce off my fingers as well. Yeah, good girl. Yes, I know. Well, you've got it all over your face, look. Not all over your face. Get it off your face. Alright, yep, I'd say those are canine approved as well. Right, next up is the Libby's Vienna sausage. This is just the straight up normal ones, like the first one that we tried. Just Vienna sausages in chicken broth, if you can call it that. Right, let's have a look. Ring pulls are easier to open. That may have been a fluke, but... Right, and inside... Yeah, looks to be more or less the same affair. We don't have the colouring on these. Now that may be the way that the others were packaged. I noticed straight away these are fully submerged in their broth, whereas the other one's sort of poked up out of the top. I think it's safe to say that there is a higher broth to sausage ratio here, but that may well have changed how the product behaved whilst it was being cooked. Stronger smell from these as well. Getting that chicken soup smell coming back, which we didn't get with the originals until we tried those mean chicken ones. It's pretty much the same consistency on the broth as well. Let's just pour these out then. All that lot only just fits in the ramekin. Interesting, because they're all supposedly the same weight. Let's just compare. They are the same size of sausage. Evidently we've got slightly more broth in these Libby's cans. But yeah, that looks pretty much identical. The first sausages that we tried, these ones here, still got the cut down the side. All that is, it's a thinner cut. You can see that on the camera. It's right there, get it in the light. The others, it was almost like a groove, but that's just a very small slit. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. A little bit of resistance from the skin, then it just pulls apart. Looking at these look like paste. If you've ever bought like beef paste or salmon paste, it comes in the little jars for sandwich filling. They look like they're going to have the same texture as that. I really hope they don't, because that's not what you want from a hot dog. But yeah, okay, let's give them a taste. Interesting. Do another one. Yeah, so this has the exact texture that I thought it was going to have when I looked at this. The closest thing I can describe, and I'll put a picture of them on screen now. You get these little jars of sandwich fillings, and they're just like beef paste, salmon paste. I think you can get chicken ones as well. I grew up having them in my sandwiches, and I still get them occasionally because they're quite nice. They have the texture of those pastes, which in a sausage would normally be minging, but they taste like those bloody pastes as well. It's like I'm eating chicken paste straight out of the jar, except it's in sausage form. See, if it tasted of anything different, I'd say those are disgusting, because they have the same texture as the minging chicken ones. But because they taste like the thing with which they share their texture, that's tolerable, which is an interesting trick there by Libby's. Somehow I doubt that was intentional, but they've pulled it off anyway. Yeah, now if you've never tried these pastes, I'm sure they're available on eBay and Amazon and such like. Try them and you'll know what I mean, but that is literally the only way I can think to describe it. I'm just looking now. That coloration that I talked about, it is ever so slightly there. There's almost none of it on the other side. I wonder if that's because they were actually sat fully submerged in the broth whilst they were being cooked. Whereas the other ones were sort of sitting partially submerged. Could have something to do with it. Alright, let's try one more and then we'll open up the last can. No, almost forgot the broth. I'm forgetting it because so far it's been minging by the chili one, the hot and spicy one. Right, let's give it a try. It looks exactly the same as the last broth I tried. Oh, Jesus. Oh, that's the saltiest so far. Oh, dearie me. Oh, that's not good. They had nothing to the flavour of the sausages other than salt. Oh, there was no chicken flavour to that whatsoever, which is weird because it's thicker and it's more opaque than the other broths, so you'd have thought that would have a stronger flavour. It's not, it's just more salt. Alright, let's move on to the last can. This dog has learnt now that this is when we do the canine test. Here I am, recording, and there she is. That's why the camera keeps shaking occasionally. No, get down. Right. Come on, Bella. On your bed. On your bed. Go on. On your bed. Good girl. Ready. You want this? Go on then. What do you think, Bella? Are they canine approved? Yeah? Well, you're wanting to lick my fingers again, aren't you? Yeah. Look at you with your big stupid ears. Oh, yeah, I know, Bella, I know. Oh, yes, you like this. You like it when I do these videos, don't you? Yeah. Alright, yes, so tin number 4, definitely canine approved as well. Alright, last one. Not looking forward to this. This is the chicken Vienna sausages in chicken broth. So these are the Libby's equivalent to what those disgusting things were. Yeah, I'm really hoping that these are different to that. I mean, the ingredients list shows that they're almost identical. But I'm really hoping that that 1% change is going to make all the difference, because... Oh, also, I've ranked those joints second, because I can't quite decide between the two. I have to say, actually, you know what? No, I will decide. There we go. First, second, third, and fucking last. Over there. Ugh. Right, okay. Let's just do it. The internet wants you to, Stuart. Oh, this one doesn't want to open. So there you look. Exactly the same as the last tin that I opened. Right. Less smell from these, which was interesting because when we did this one than those ones, the chicken only ones had more smell to them when they were opened. The Libby's ones appear to be the other way around. Maybe that 1% is going to make the difference. Right, let's have a look. Okay, broth looks exactly the same. Look at the sausage. Yeah, it looks exactly the same. Breaks the same way. Looks the same on the inside. I think it's going to have exactly the same texture. I mean, as they should be, really. The only thing they've done is remove the beef and the pork. And how much can they be changing it? Because they were listed as less than 1%. But yeah, it looks like it's going to be the exact same texture as the last one. So let's have a taste. I am pleasantly surprised. And that doesn't often happen. Yeah, so, as we knew they were gonna, they have the exact same texture as the last lot of Libby's. They looked the same, and yeah, they feel the same, but there is a much stronger chicken taste to those, which I was not expecting at all. Those are nice. Strange, though, that they have a lesser odour to them. They don't smell of chicken. They sure do taste of them. Yeah, they're good. I'd say I think so far those are the nicest tasting sausage. Definitely. Yeah, they're good. Those are good. It's almost like that 1% difference. It has made the difference. Let's try them with some broth on. Call it broth. I'm not calling it broth because it says broth on the tin. Yeah, that just adds saltiness. They're not bad, actually. Okay, I'll try the broth. Just so you can hear me make funny noises. Oh, dearie me. Shit I do for my YouTube channel. That's gross. That's just pure salt water. Same as the last one. There's no chicken flavour to that whatsoever. Ugh. Alright, okay. Ugh. Let's put them to one side. Full of fucking mediocre sausage. Ugh. One last canine test. Look, she's there waiting again. Come, on your bed, Bella. Whoop. And ready. Look at those big stupid ears. They're ridiculously big. And go on now. Good gal. Yep, and you want more straight away, don't you? Right, well, I think it's safe to say all 5 are canine approved. Which was your favourite, Bella? Which was your favourite? You don't give a fuck, do you? Because I was giving you treats. So, oh, she's licking my sleeve now. I got a little bit of the broth on my sleeve and she's just, yeah. Alright, definitely canine approved. Not so much human approved though, are they, Bella? No. Bleh. Bleh. No, you're not having any more. Stop it. Alright, let's summarise then. Bring these closer. So, I'm going to rank this last one, the chicken Vienna ones. You know what? I'm going to give them second. Because the Libby's sausages were better than the Armour ones, in my opinion anyway. Your experience may differ. The only thing that's keeping these in first place is the sauce. Because this so-called chicken broth, it's not broth. It looks nothing like fucking broth. It's brine. It's just salt water. It's minging. And it's just ruining all these others. Yeah, that's the only reason that's in first place, because it's got that sauce on it. But, yeah, the Libby's sausage, definitely superior. It's interesting, these have a texture that's closer to meat. Don't get me wrong, all 5 are way away. They barely count as meat. They're made from meat, but I would not count as meat. These have a texture that's just a little bit closer. But these, the flavour is better. It just is. They actually taste of something. Yeah, and unfortunately it just puts those at the bottom, especially those. The Armour chicken only ones without the beef and the pork in them. Just fucking gross. Oh, dearie me. It's to the point where I was planning with these of going and heating them up and seeing if it changes the flavour at all. I'm actually only going to do that now for these. I'm making a bloody mess now. And the reason being is I just don't want to eat anymore. I want to do this and I want to see what happens to the sauce. But the others, I'm sorry, they're horrible. I don't want to eat anymore. I don't want to taste any more of them. Would I recommend these for yourselves? Absolutely not. No. If you see them and you're curious, get 1 tin. I think they were like 50 cents a tin. But don't buy all of them like I've done. Ugh. Oh, I actually feel a bit sick now. We're going to go heat these up and see if they taste any better. The others, the dogs can have them. Oh, fucking hell. Right, we've given them the regulation 45 seconds that it called for. Interesting, there was some popping and noises coming from them. I guess that's just them heating up a bit. Let's I'll go with the fork because they are actually quite hot. Interestingly, the sauce is considerably less viscous now. It's not even sticking to the hot dogs very well. Let's give them a try. Okay, they taste exactly the same, but they're just hot now. Yeah, exactly the same. They're just at a higher temperature than they were. The sauce has not changed. There is maybe an extra... I'll try a spoonful of the sauce. That hint of spice that I told you about is maybe slightly stronger. Get out of the way, sausage. Bloody hell. But we're talking like from 1 Scoville unit to 2. Yeah, it tastes exactly the same. I was wondering if something would change by heating them up, but no. And for those of you who don't know, the spiciness level of things does change with temperature. I've made before like curries from scratch and they're reasonably spicy. As always, I make too much and then I'll have some more the following day. And because it's been in the fridge overnight and then I warm it up, it'll be so much spicier. But those, nah, exactly, oh, exactly the blah, 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 blah. Those, exactly the same. I feel a bit sick now. I think I'm going to have to go have a coffee and wash all this crap down. So, yeah, don't recommend. Don't buy these. I was really hoping this series would be all positivity and trying new things. Well, I have tried new things and I went into it with a positive attitude. I'm not coming out of it with a positive attitude, though. Very negative. Ugh. Ugh. What am I going to do with all these fucking hot dogs now? Screw it, the dogs can have them. Ugh. I do love my dogs. I don't really want to inflict this shit on them. Yeah. Alright, we'll call that it. Hopefully the next episode will be something a bit nicer. But I'm going to need some time to recover from this one. Thank you for watching this video on doing stuff and filming it. Please don't forget to press the big button here in the middle to subscribe if you haven't already done so. If you liked what you just saw, please click the like button below and leave a comment letting me know what you liked about it. And